Hi, David Roach, Quantum Strategy. It's the mini podcast on macro matters that may matter to markets on Monday. If you can manage all that, then you are definitely fit to go off to work. Two things only that matter this week. First of all, the swing state votes. I've been analyzing that over the weekend, and it appears to me there is no information content in swing state vote polls at the moment. Then two contestants are neck and neck. No significant difference between them, and therefore we can forget the swing state votes as telling us who's going to win the election. It's much more likely it's a matter of who turns out to vote on the day and for what reasons. So close is it that it could end up as a tied vote of presidential votes from the states. A tied vote would mean that the actual decision on who's going to run the United States, who's going to be president, would go to the Congress to decide for us, and that would indeed be very interesting. It's happened before, and it can happen again. But at the moment, no great forecasts and prognostications or prophecies from me. I leave those to the greater gurus. Okay, now turning to what is very key this week is the Israeli retaliation on Iran. There are three options. The first option is, of course, that the Israelis take out military assets, including personnel, ballistic missile sites, etc., demonstrating their superior intelligence as they did against Hezbollah. The second is that they attack oil assets in Iran, and the third is they attack nuclear. Now, I think they're going to limit themselves to the first. If they attack either nuclear or oil, you have this about to happen. There is a escalation ladder involved. If Iran's oil assets are attacked, Iran has no motivation to allow other states to produce or benefit from oil. They could try and close the Straits of Hormuz. And the only people who can clear the Straits of Hormuz are the Americans. That's escalation. If you attack the nuclear assets of Iran, which is an inevitability on a 12-month basis and indicates there will inevitably be a wider war, but if you attack them now, Iran will rain down ballistic missiles on Israeli cities, which they could have done and did not do in their latest attack on Israel. The Iron Dome would be overwhelmed, as it was, and the only protection that Israel would have would be American. So the point here is that going for the oil assets or the nuclear assets involves a further escalatory step. And that further escalatory step necessitates the direct involvement of the United States in the war to protect Israel or to protect global oil supplies. The US does not want to do that now. They can see the inevitability of the need to take out Iran's nuclear assets and to change the regime if they're up to it, though there's not a very good record on achieving that, but they do not want to do it now in front of a general election, in front of a presidential election. Therefore, if Israel did that, they would be acting against the American will. Technically and militarily, they are now at a stage where they could go it alone, but I don't think that it's the risks of going alone are something that the Israelis will want to take on. So I foresee an attack on Iran, which is highly intelligence-based, pointed, rifle shots, damaging, but not of the scale of destroying the regime, destroying its assets, destroying its nuclear capabilities that a lot of gung-ho people are saying. I don't see that as happening. Now, what does that mean for you as an investor? It means that the markets will look at this kind of grade one attack, the rifle shot attack, the take out the military assets attack, and they will say, oh, well, that's okay. The mullahs will simply say, well, nothing has happened. They didn't really succeed. They missed all their targets, because that's what mullahs do say. They're not particularly prone to truth when it comes to praying. And then we would see the markets return to worrying about what Lagarde is going to do at the ECB about interest rates, and what Powell is going to do at the Fed about interest rates now that his 50 basis points jumbo cuts is looking pretty silly. And we go back to, having a short period of what I would call de-escalation, market normalcy, but don't hold your breath for too long, because it's not going to last. Thanks a lot. Have a good week if you can. And listen up if you have time next Monday. Bye-bye.